my name is Joan Wright, and I'm the writer of the book that is the AMP Writers Club Publication of the Month. The name of that book is From Brokenness to Victory, and it's actually my life story in a small book, just 109 pages. I mean, the book has so many themes. I would call them sub-themes, but I think the main theme of the book is survival. Survival from different odds. Like I said, my life had so many spheres. One was a neglect situation, rejection, being faced as a child. Another theme was family curses, the different things that come upon you that we take for granted. I'll give you a scenario where you might have someone whose mother had them, or whose mother's mother had their mother when she was about 12 or 13. Then your mother come and she get pregnant when she's 15, and you find yourself pregnant at 16, and you just think, you just can't do any better. No, it's called a curse. It's a family curse that follows. People call it family tradition in some cases, but it's a curse. And so the book, that's one of the themes that came out in the book, the different curses that followed me as a result of things that happened in my family line or lineage. Another thing it spoke to was teenage crisis, teenage pregnancy, teenage abandonment, low self-esteem, not knowing where you fit in life, not knowing what your purpose is. And it also spoke briefly about relational issues and negative relational issues. It spoke briefly of an abusive marriage, both sexually abused, physically abused, and verbally abused. And then now in the end, it spoke of course, it touched a little about parental issues, where I had issues with my mom, and because of that I had issue relating love to my daughter as well. And then, of course, in the end, it spoke about overcoming all these odds. And mind you, I'm still overcoming, because overcoming is a process. I will never sit here and tell anybody that, you be like Usain Bolt, you win, you overcome, and then you move to the next race. No, overcoming life issues, it's a process. And if you've overcome to a certain extent and you buck your toe, trust me, get up, start again, and aim to that finish line. Silence is a killer. Silence is a killer. I believe if you really and truly want to overcome, you can't keep your mouth shut. You cannot. You have to speak about it. If for some person speaking about it to their friends, some it's to a counselor, some it's to a pastor, some speak to themselves, For me, I wanted to speak openly. One, because I was misunderstood. I'm still misunderstood by a lot of persons. Not to say I wanted to defend myself, because I'm not in the business of defending and trying to vindicate myself. God alone does that. But I wanted a certain understanding to come out. One, because I was in the public eye, and I felt the need to make some things a little bit clearer, some things that were ambiguous, to make them a little unambiguous. One. Two, because so many other persons that I know of, and because of this book, I didn't even know that so many other persons suffer with the same things. They go through the same thing and they don't have a channel. They don't have a person that they can talk to. We hear in Jamaica of so many persons committing suicide and the murder-suicide rate going up. It's not just what we see in the news. There are so many others that don't make the news, And it's because people don't have an outlet. So I wanted an outlet. I didn't want to be a murder-suicide victim, and I didn't want to be a suicide victim either, because I came close to that. I came pretty close to that. So I didn't want to go out like that. And lastly, like I said, I wanted to motivate others, because I've seen it around me. I'm still seeing it around me. Sometimes I smile, when I see people, women, who live such a lie. They live a life in the public, and they smile and grin and bear it, as they call it. And big women, mature people who you think would at least reach a phase in their life where they don't have to answer to anybody, But because of this rejection that they feel inside and the low self-esteem, they're everywhere. They're in every group. Not everybody in every group because they want to assist or because they're a people's person. Some of them trying to escape from their problems. Some of them are just seeking acceptance from anywhere they can get it. And so when I see this, I can easily identify with the spirit. I know what it is, and they don't fool me because I've been there. And so, like I said, I smile when I see it, and sometimes I just pray that before they die, they'll realize what it is they're doing and seek help. It's almost as if I want to write more. It's almost as if I want to scream at the top of my lungs and say, stop it, come out of the closet, stop being silent, speak out. I believe I'll speak to a situation that recently happened in Jamaica with the policeman that had gone and killed his wife's family and tried to kill his wife and then killed himself. I believe if he spoke out, if he had spoken to somebody about his problem, that would not have been the case. I remember going on his Facebook page, and you had it was split. You had so many persons saying this is not the person they know. He's such a quiet person. He's a Christian, and he's soft-spoken and all of this. And then you tend to think, okay, if this is a person we know, what causes somebody not just to snap? Because you can snap and go drink some coffee and go sleep. But what causes a person to snap, to commit multiple murders? You have time in between the murders to think about what you're doing. You have time to say to yourself, I will not commit anymore. I will go to the police, or I will, go talk to somebody. But you go on and you kill other persons, and then you turn a gun onto yourself. By no means I'm judging him. What I'm saying, if he was not silent, then those people would not have died, and he would also still be alive today. So trust me, like cancer and every other disease, silence is a disease, and silence kills.